Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Runnin The Paint Podcast. I'm Miles here with Joey, Nick, and Jackson. Guys, how are you doing today?
Feeling good, feeling great. How we doing, fellas?
Woo-hoo! It was almost playoff time.
I know, dude. It is exciting. Jackson, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's just best time of the year. All the sports are going on. NBA playoffs is right around the corner. Can't be more excited.
Exactly. We got 2 weeks to go here until we get to the 2015 NBA playoffs. So we've got a lot of questions to answer here over these final 2 weeks left in the season. So much has happened. It's been a big year. A lot of change throughout the league. The last few years, it's been the Heat and the Spurs making it to the finals. A lot of things could change this season now. So first, let's start by taking a look at the Eastern Conference standings again with 2 weeks left in the regular season. And really the whole entire season, the question has been, who is the favorite to make it out of the Eastern Conference? Because the Cavs, with LeBron in his first year back in Cleveland, struggled to come out of the gates. But they have been on a roll recently, and they've gotten themselves back up to the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. And with all the star power that they have with LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, question is there any team that can knock them off in the Eastern Conference? Joey, let's start with you. Do you think, wearing the jersey, do you think that there's any team that could knock this Cavalier team off?
I'm wearing my Kevin Love Cavs jersey, and I have faith in them once it comes playoff time. This big three is not to be trifled with. I'm a little worried about Atlanta because they've been doing this team basketball thing all season long and have been pretty consistent. But with a team like, if you have LeBron on your team, it's hard to stop him.
Talking about LeBron.
Yeah, I will say, Jackson, we'll go to you next. So, I mean, something to go to with this Cavs team. Obviously, LeBron James has had another fantastic season once again after he took a little break to kind of deal with his little back injury. He's come back, and the Cavs have been rolling. But the question is, of course, the lack of playoff experience with guys like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love have not played in a playoff game just yet. So do you think that could be something that could hinder this team come playoff time?
I mean, definitely. I mean, obviously you got LeBron, who's like an experienced player in the playoffs. I mean, he's done it last couple of years with the Heat, and he came back. Looks like he's about to lead this team to the playoffs. And we'll see how, like you said, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving kind of play around him. We'll see if they kind of elevate their play to the same level, because we know LeBron will do it in the playoffs because he's like a mutant.
Not just those players with inexperience in the playoffs. What about the head coach, David Blatt? Like, this is his first time in the U.S. Like, he's going to be experiencing NBA playoffs for the first time. I'm a little worried about that, too.
Well, that's the thing. He's obviously a rookie head coach in the NBA, but as he's made clear all season long, he's got all the experience literally in the world to have the chance, come playoff time. Nick, what are your kind of thoughts about that? I think it is a valid question.
No, it definitely is a valid question. I think that, in LeBron's first year back, they started the year 19-20. This is a team that hasn't had the time to gel. And the Hawks have 5 All-Stars, and they've got 56 wins in April, on the 1st of April. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know. It's tough because, like you said, the Cavs have just been surging since, and they do look almost unstoppable. And are they the team to beat? That's what we're here to talk about. But the Hawks, man, I feel like the Hawks definitely have the best shot in the East if it's not going to be the Cavs because of their experience in the playoffs and their lack of continuity from having time to gel and stuff.
Yeah, and this is also a team that, they made up a whole lot of veterans, in the offseason. Of course, getting LeBron, signing his buds, from the Heat, getting James Jones, Mike Miller as well. But when they got to that 19-20 record, that's when they made adjustments to really make this team, this championship contending team, getting guys like J.R. Smith and Timofey Mozgov, who are in the starting lineup, Shumpert to play perimeter defense off the bench. And you have these younger guys like Dellavedova, Tristan Thompson that have been getting, experience off the bench all season long and playing in big games. And this team is 28-7 over their last 35 games. This team has been absolutely ridiculous going forward. I definitely think that the Hawks could have a chance. I mean, the people have been saying it all season long. I mean, this Hawks team has been great because of the ball movement, but is the lack of a number one superstar type player going to cost them? And can that potentially be a problem for them come playoff time? To me, that's why I personally think that the team that could have the biggest shot at upsetting the Cavs was maybe the favorite coming into the season out of the East, and that is the Chicago Bulls. Because this team has the experience, they have the star play. If Derrick Rose can be healthy like he's been over the last month or so, Pau Gasol in his first year with Chicago, and the surgence of Jimmy Butler, we'll talk about it later. He's one of the front runners for most improved with his two-way ability. I think the Bulls have a pretty deep, and the bench too. They got guys like Taj Gibson, Kirk Heinrich off the bench as well. I think the Bulls might have the best shot at upsetting Cleveland in the East.
It could definitely take a couple of games. Are you kidding me? These Bulls teams were battling the Heat and LeBron. Like I don't know, man. And especially, I don't know, there's been a long history of Cleveland versus Chicago. I think this is just going to add another layer to it if they do happen to meet in the playoffs. That's a series I would love to watch.
Yeah, I mean, that was the main foe LeBron's first time around here in Cleveland was Chicago and Boston. But, 6-7 years later after a little run with Miami, let's see if the rematch still holds.
It's kind of cool what could potentially happen. I mean, this first year back in Cleveland for LeBron James, like even though it's been 4 years, since the Cavs have been in the playoffs.
6, 7, I don't know what I'm talking about.
They might have been they might have a similar path to kind of those early LeBron years. When looking at the standings, they could very well meet the Bulls in the second round of the playoffs if they take care of most likely the young Milwaukee Bucks in the first round, who have had a very good season. But this Boston Celtics team on the outside looking in, they've had a very weird season. They've traded away their two best players throughout the year, Rajon Rondo and Jeff Green, and they've somehow been better since. They could very well make the playoffs, and if they're able to get to that 7th spot, which, I mean, they're a half game behind Brooklyn for that 7th spot, we could see Cleveland have to go through Boston and Chicago the first 2 rounds, and that would just kind of be a great way to get Cleveland playoff basketball back alive here.
It's a scrappy team in Boston, but I don't pay him no mind. Sweet.
Yeah, most likely. A Cavs Bulls second round is definitely the one to potentially watch in the Eastern Conference. But moving aside from the Cavs, obviously they're the favorite in the Eastern Conference, despite the Hawks having such a terrific regular season. Want to ask you guys this? So, looking at the standings once again, the Hawks, Cavs, Bulls, those 3 teams we think pretty legit all season long. And the rest of the Eastern Conference has been kind of inconsistent. So which of the lower seed playoff teams, and you could maybe even include Toronto if you want, since they're outside of those top 3 teams, which of them have the best chance to advance far in the postseason?
Hey, man. That Wizards backcourt is pretty nasty. I'm not going to lie.
I was about to say the same thing.
Either them or Toronto, because, I mean, Toronto's another tough team. The only thing with, obviously, the Wizards is you get kind of worried with that front court a little bit. Because, yeah, Gortat's he's a good role player, but when you're playing a team like the Cavs, who have Kevin Love, if they want to play him at the 4 or the 5, like, got to be able to switch onto him because he can stretch the floor. And then you got, like, Millsap and Horford that you got to worry about for the Hawks, and even obviously the Bulls with Joakim Noah. It's like you kind of need that big man depth, so that's why I kind of like Toronto a little more, just because I feel like Valanciunas can maybe hold his own better against those guys, and I like DeRozan a lot. He's a great young player who's been just getting better and better each year, and same with like Lowry. I mean, bounced around a couple teams, but looks like he's finally finding a home in Toronto, which is great to see for him.
I don't know, man. John Wall, he's gonna score Lowry. I'm sorry.
It is very likely. I mean, looking at the standings once again, it is very possible, unless, I mean, heck, maybe the Raptors move up to 3. But if it is what it is right now, we would get a Raptors-Wizards first round. And in that case, you have 2 of the best backcourts in the league facing off with Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan versus John Wall and Bradley Beal. Also young backcourts that should be very good for a long time. So that should be a very exciting series. In that type of series, Nick, who would you favor between the Raptors and the Wizards?
Probably Toronto, because I did like the case that Jackson made for Valanciunas and a young budding star in DeMar DeRozan. I also think that they got the depth over the Wizards, and I hate Paul Pierce so much.
I second, third, fourth, fifth that.
Yeah, it's fair. Now, the thing is, Paul Pierce was on the Nets last season that upset the Raptors in the first round. So you wonder if there is some sort of curse there. Because, I feel like, these are two teams that have been pretty inconsistent all year. It's kind of unclear, really, who is better. It'll just be interesting to see what happens with those two teams, because that's very likely a first-round playoff.
Yeah, should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. But as much as things could be fun in the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference is a whole nother beast. So let's move over there. Let's take a look at this, man. Look at all these teams fighting for positioning in the West, particularly teams 2 through 6. They're just trying to fight for home court, the right matchup. Even in the lower end, you have two teams above 500 in OKC and New Orleans that are fighting for that 8th and final playoff spot.
The Suns, too. Suns are also above 500.
Yeah, Suns are still a game above 500, even after all the trades that they made at the deadline. So it really is incredible in the Western Conference. So the question is really, who is the favorite to come out of the Western Conference? Because similarly to the Atlanta Hawks in the East, Golden State has had a jump with Steve Kerr there. Steph Curry could be the MVP this season. The Splash Brothers with Steph and Clay. Draymond's been ridiculous. They have the depth. They've been so good this season. But then you still have teams like the San Antonio Spurs, defending champions, who got off to a little bit of a slower start this season, and that's the reason why they might get a lower seed come playoff time. But they still have this ridiculous team that just won the finals last season. So there's potential for them as well. Who is the favorite to come out of the West?
Can I get us rolling here?
Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Because Golden State is just on another level. Like, talking about Steph as the MVP, he should be. They're just I think if they get the right path, here's the thing with them. Like, they're again kind of like the Hawks. They're inexperienced. They haven't really been there before. They've had a jump, so they're not supposed to necessarily be 61 wins in on April 1st. So I think if they get the right path, can you throw up the standings, please?
Yeah.
Because the teams that scare me aren't the Rockets or it's the defending champion Spurs.
Dude, this is crazy. Dude, the way it is right now, Warriors might be out in the second round.
Yeah.
I disagree, dude. They've beaten the Rockets 4 times this year by double digits.
Well, right, but in the second round, they would play the winner of Clippers Spurs, which is already an unbelievable series that we could potentially get. Those are 2 championship contenders. One of them is going to maybe lose in the first round.
I guess what I'm trying to sell is that I think the Warriors are the strongest team, despite with the adjudicate. I don't know with the.
What are you trying to say? With the way the standings?
No, they're the best team, but they could get bounced. They could get bounced by the wrong matchup.
Right.
Yeah.
Throw up the standings real quick again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So
caveat.
Isn't the Blazers getting home court advantage though? Because nobody else in their division.
That is true. The Blazers division has definitely been more weak this season. It is.
Win, even if they have a worse record, they're going to get home court advantage, which I hope they get rid of this rule after this.
I do too, because this would be horribly flawed. Because, like I just said, you could have a scenario where both the Clippers and Spurs are out in the first round because of this crappy division rule. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, Golden State. It is kind of hard to tell, but to me, personally, I think Golden State. I've been a fan of this team I've loved the way that they have just developed through the last few seasons with all the star power that they have. You know, it's gonna. I think that this team has enough to make the jump. They've been by far the best team all season long. I mean, this isn't just a great regular season for just any team. This is a historic level season, one of the best seasons we've seen in NBA history at 61-13. I mean, that type of record is just absurd. I definitely think that the two favorites though are the Warriors and the Spurs. The Warriors are hoping that a scenario happens where the Spurs are out in the first round, and that makes the path to the finals way easier, in my opinion. But Joey, what do you think?
I'm holding out hope on the Lob City Clippers, man. I really am. I want to see Chris Paul get past, and I truly believe if there is any team to knock off the Warriors, I don't think it's the Spurs. I think some of those guys might be a little washed, and I hate saying that because I respect the Spurs so much, and I love them so much. Tim Duncan is one of my favorite players, but it might be time. I don't think Kawhi can lead them all by himself. He's taken that jump after winning Finals MVP, but I don't know. I don't think that team is it. But I think the Clippers are the team to take down this unbeatable Warriors team. And yeah, Steph will probably win MVP, but I don't know. It's kind of the same thing with the Hawks we were just talking about. They kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah, they made the playoffs, and then all of a sudden they just jump up with historic seasons. I think it's a bit fluky in my opinion.
Well, I will say with the case of the Warriors, I mean, we talked about the Hawks. They've had a great season, and their question kind of being the lack of a superstar type play. I mean, the Warriors have that. I mean, the Warriors have the MVP of the league, which the Hawks do not have. And when you have the best player, that could trump all. So, I mean, that would be interesting. The Clippers, I do find that case definitely interesting if the Clippers could have a better shot because, I mean, they do have the athleticism to match with the Warriors, which the Spurs do not really have. Obviously, they're definitely more of a fundamental team as we've seen over the last, 16 years or however, this incredible run that the Spurs have had. And, I mean, the Clippers, they have Chris Paul versus Steph Curry. I mean, that matchup would be great. It'd be a rematch of the first round from last year that the Clippers won in 7 games. But going away from those teams, Jackson, or maybe you do have one of those teams. Do you have a Clippers or Spurs? Or maybe, I mean, we haven't talked about the number 2 or number 3 seeds. Is it a Houston or Memphis that has a shot?
Guys, let's start giving these teams their flowers, okay? I mean, I don't know if you could tell by back there, the guy back there, he's just chilling. I love the Rockets. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people in the playoffs. I think they could be a team to upset the Warriors. I mean, Pete, like you can make the argument that James Harden is on the level of Steph Curry this year in terms of just like individually, and I mean, got a decent bench. Clint Capella's an emerging young center, and I mean, you still got Dwight Howard, who's one of the better defenders in the NBA, and is just a beast. Trevor Ariza is a great 3-and-D player. I mean, got a lot of depth, got a lot of good players in the starting rotation, and hey, never know.
I think it definitely is possible. I will say, I mean, they are facing 2 injuries to 2 starters from all season. They've got Pat Beverly out and Motiejunas, 2 key guys to their offense and defense as well in the case of Beverly. Is there any worry with that? I mean, defensively, it is kind of a drop-off in the backcourt to go from Beverly to a aging Jason Terry. I mean, he's now like 35 years old at this point.
NBA champion Jason Terry.
Yeah, NBA. He does have the experience.
I mean, there's definitely a little bit of worry. Obviously, you always get worried when even 1 starter, let alone 2, go down. But I think they could shock a lot of people. I think James Harden could just go absolutely ballistic in a playoff series. I mean, we haven't really seen him be that like kind of top option in the playoffs that much, and we certainly haven't seen him play at this level for a whole season like this as much. So who knows? Maybe he comes out just guns blazing, hitting everything.
Definitely possible. There is definitely a lot of pressure on James Harden as that number 1 guy to at least win a series. Because the last 2 years, I mean, the first year with him in Houston against the number 1 seed Thunder, didn't expect to make the playoffs. That's fine. But last season, the 6-game loss to Portland in the first round, where Damian Lillard had the buzzer-beating game. I mean, obviously there is pressure for Harden to get a playoff series win for the. I know it's a tough sore subject, and it's been in Rockets fans' heads all season long, but that's definitely going to be something to watch. And I want to give some love to the grit and grind Grizzlies as well. I mean, the defense that they have the ability to just slow the game down to like almost a complete stop here. And you have, they are healthy going in with Mike Conley, Zach Randolph, and Marc Gasol. They picked up Jeff Green midseason, and off the bench you got veteran Vince Carter, Courtney Lee's in the starting lineup, Tony Allen as well, with good point guard depth as well. I think the Grizzlies could be a team that could shock some teams as well, just because of the defense that they have.
Shout out Kostas Koufos.
Kostas Koufos, heck yeah. Friend of the show.
You definitely can't sleep on those Grizzlies, man. Defense wins championships.
Wins championships.
Shout out Ohio State legend Mike Conley too.
Let's shout out everyone from the Grizzlies. They're Runnin the Paint Podcast favorite team from this season. Well, unfortunately, the Blazers, with some of their injuries that they've had, LaMarcus Aldridge and Nick Batum both dealing with kind of minor injuries. You see Aldridge shooting with the left wrist wrap on his thumb. He broke his thumb during the season. Is just playing through it because he knows this team just doesn't have the depth to really compete when he's not on the floor. I mean, that's why they picked up Aaron Aflalo mid-season to try to give him more depth. And then Wes Matthews almost right after that had the Achilles injury. And now they're basically 6 deep. I mean, it's just not – I don't think it's feasible in the playoffs, even if they get home court advantage with the divisional tie or whatever. I think that'll just make it difficult, especially if it is against a Memphis Grizzly team that's going to make it hard for guys like Damian Lillard and Aldridge to score.
You never know about the heartbreaker, Dame Lillard, but he could squeak one out, but I don't expect him making it far, if that.
And it's sad if they go out this way, too, because besides Lillard, all those guys are free agents in the offseason. They could all look to move on. I mean, it'd be incredible. I don't know if we've ever seen it where off a playoff team you lose 4/5 of a starting lineup. Definitely could be possible. So, Blazers with potential last hurrah here, and it could end very sadly.
They should start tanking for Ben Simmons.
Hey, that's next season. That could be the route. I mean, Ben Simmons definitely a top.
That's
player.
A pretty good prospect coming up. I've heard good things.
For sure. I mean, we still have to wait. We still have to wait until then. We still have this draft, which could be great as well with guys like Karl Anthony Towns, Jahlil Okafor. It's going to be an exciting time the rest of the season, but we still have some things to talk about with the rest of this season with 2 major awards that we've kind of talked about already. First, we'll start with the big one, the MVP award. All season long, it's really been down to the 2 players that we've talked about, Steph Curry and James Harden. Joey and Jackson have we've kind of all voiced our opinions a little bit here. Nick, what are your thoughts? Who do you think should take home the MVP? I mean, 2 guys that have not been in the conversation before at the top of the list.
I already said in my case, the Warriors have defeated the Rockets by double digits 4 times this season. James Harden and Steph Curry were both healthy for all 4 games, and James Harden is 0-4 and Steph Curry's 4-0. He has a better record. He's crazy fun to watch. And they've come out of nowhere. He's taken a leap, and the Warriors are the favorite. I think it should be Steph.
Jackson, what are your thoughts?
I'm inclined to agree.
Wow. All right, next topic. I'm glad we all agree.
That's all we need to hear, man. Wow.
Unanimous.
Unanimous MVP. That's never happened before. I think people will vote for James. Some people will vote for James Harden because he's had an incredible year. But why do you go with Steph?
He's just transcending the game, dude. We've never seen a player like this who is just so dominant without being a guy who mainly drives to the rim and draws free throws. He's more like I don't even know how to explain it because we've never seen anything like it.
I'll explain it. He's more dangerous without the ball.
It's literally if you gave Steve Nash the green light from deep. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous what he's been able to do. And I
You have
think
to send guys who aren't guarding him to help guard him, because even when he doesn't have the ball, the guy who's guarding him when he doesn't have the ball can't guard him. And then you have to send an extra defender, and now, everything's wrong.
yeah, and that's why they're going to be a tough outcome playoff time. Especially they have Klay Thompson too. I mean, they have the best shooting backcourt that we've ever seen, and who knows how long they're going to play together. We'll see if the age-old question that has been asked by many all season long can be answered. Can a jump shooting team win a championship? We shall find out. And I think Steph Curry has led the way, and he definitely deserves MVP. But shout out to James Harden for the incredible year. 27.7 assists per game, getting to the free throw line a lot, and just doing a whole lot offensively, improving steadily enough on the defensive end as well to make it, so the Rockets are able to win more games this season as the 2 seed. I mean, it's been very impressive.
Absolutely.
Moving on to the second and final award that we'll go over here. Let's talk about the most improved player award, because this is always a fun one to go over here. We have a couple guys that have really transcended, their roles over this season. And the two main front runners to me are Jimmy Butler with the Bulls for the jump he's taken offensively, now being a 20-point scorer, and another Warrior, Draymond Green, for becoming one of the more important players in the league. Between those two guys, who do you think deserves most improved player? Joey, let's start with you.
I'm a low-key big kind of Marquette fan, so I'm going to go with Jimmy Butler, just pure off bias.
Oh, yeah, you've never watched a Marquette basketball game in your life.
Well, if we can just do that, then I'll go Draymond, because he went to Michigan State, and I like Izzo.
Fair. That's fair.
Oh, my God.
No, honestly, I would agree with you and go Jimmy, too, because I think his impact has been a bit more. Even though I just made a great case for the Warriors being the favorite, but Bulls team doesn't have a ton of depth. I mean, I know they got Gasol there at the 4, but he's in the twilight years of his career here, and you don't get a lot of production from anyone else on that roster in the points column than D-Rose. So I just feel like Jimmy has really stepped into a big role there and excelled and done a fantastic job and deserves the award.
Well, also, it's nice to see that D-Rose can kind of have someone to take the stress off him a little bit, because he has been a little injury prone so far to start his career. I mean, he's a high-flying guy. His knees might not keep around forever. I hope they do, obviously, because D-Rose is obviously one of the most likable players in the league. But it's kind of nice that he has a guy like Jimmy who can be the 1B to D-Rose's 1A a lot of nights.
Yeah, that's what's made the Bulls so awesome this year, really, is the Jimmy Butler offensive surgence. Because coming into the year, I mean, Rose coming off of, back-to-back years, missing a lot of time with, injury. Coming in, you bring in Pau Gasol to replace Carlos Boozer, way more reliable on the offensive and defensive end. And Gasol's been great, all-star starter this season. But the question was going to be, how was Derrick Rose going to play? And could he be that second option, with all the injuries coming back? And luckily for the Bulls, Jimmy Butler has now become their number one option, a 20-point per game scorer. And that's kind of allowed Derrick Rose to be the number 3 guy, which is kind of a luxury for Tom Thibodeau. It's already a defensive-minded team, but the fact that you now have guys, you have Butler, Gasol, and Rose as your big 3. And if they all have it going, then that's a tough team to stop, especially when, how physical they're going to be on the defensive end with Noah and Gibson there at the front line.
Absolutely, yeah. The Bulls are solid, and I think Jimmy is deserving.
True.
Yeah, I'd go Jimmy Butler, but Draymond Green. I think Draymond. Both of these players have had direct impacts on their teams' play this season. You think Draymond Green, if for the Warriors, if David Lee, All-Star David Lee, isn't injured to start the year, Draymond Green is not starting, and the Warriors likely do not become this incredible team that could win the finals. And it really has been Green's versatility across the board. 12 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. He can knock down the 3 occasionally. He can finish. And he's one of the leading candidates for Defensive Player of the Year as well. I mean, he's just had a fabulous year.
He does everything.
He really does. He can get you a triple-double at the power forward position. He can run the offense. It's crazy what he's been able to do. In just his third season. So just a great season for those two guys overall here. Moving on next year, thought it'd be fun to do a game that we always love to do around this time of year, and that is the NBA 2K rating game.
I can't roll my tongue. Drum roll.
That's right. So right here, I'm going to give each of these guys a starting lineup for a team, but just their NBA 2K15 ratings. And we're going to see if these guys can guess the team, based off the ratings here. So we're going to have 12 teams, so everyone at the minimum will get to have 4 chances here. So we're going to start with Joey. And for example, if Joey misses a team, then Jackson will have a chance to steal. If he misses, Nick will have a chance to steal. And then that's it. So we'll go around the horn one time, and then that will be it. Each person will have 30 seconds to answer the team after I reveal the ratings, which will also be up on the screen. So this should be fun. Nick is usually the one that wins all this stuff, so we're gonna have to figure something out.
Crown the king.
I got this.
Cry me a
Jackson and Joey are gonna need to find a way to stop Nick here. So Joey, we will start with you here. Let's see. What team should we go to here first?
Easy one.
He wants an easy one to start off with.
No, I'm kidding.
Biased
over here.
All
All right.
right.
Let's see here. All right, first team. We'll go with this now. So it'll be tough because I know sometimes we maybe struggle. Besides Jackson, with watching some of the lottery teams, we'll throw in some non-playoff teams in here as well to kind of figure out, or just to throw those out as well. Okay. So we'll see if anyone can get this first one. So the point guard is a 77 overall. Shooting guard is a 79 overall. The small forward is an 80. Power forward is a 75. And the center is a 77.
Jeez.
Whoa, it's a ticker. Oh, this is even better. This is even better. All right, so Joey.
Dang. This is tough.
Make sure you play along with us at home.
Is this Indiana?
Indiana? No, it is not Indiana. Ooh. Good guess, though. Solid guess. All right, Jackson. We'll go Joey, Jackson, Nick. So Jackson, chance to steal here.
Could you read those off one more time?
They're at the screen. They're on the screen.
Well, I'm looking at the standings.
Oh, you can't. All right. Point guard is a 77.
Okay, I see it now. Okay.
All right, you have them now. All right.
77, 79, 80, 75, 77. What are you thinking?
10?
I'm going to say the Philadelphia 76ers.
Incorrect. Not the 76ers. Not the 76ers. All right, so Nick with the last chance to steal here for question one. A tough one to start out with.
Well, these rankings aren't very good. And I saw that the Wolves were the worst team in the West, so I'm going to go with the Wolves.
That is correct. The Minnesota Timberwolves is correct.
How does he do it? I just told you how he does it.
He does it. Wow. So Nick gets the first one. So for those curious, Ricky Rubio, Kevin Martin, Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Garnett, who was traded back to Minnesota, and Nikola Pekovic at the 5.
So Nick, I knew that.
Low-key Wiggins should be higher.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year. It's had an incredible rookie season. All right, so Minnesota. So Nick gets a point there. So now it is Jackson's turn here.
Oh, great.
All right, here. Let's see here. All right, let's go with this team. All right, so point guard is an 83. Shooting guard is an 83. Small forward is a 73. Power forward is a 75. And the center is a 79.
Okay, well, that's
30 seconds.
All right, hold your horses there, bucko.
Now the interesting thing here with 2K15 is the ratings are not as high as people may think that they are. So they're 83 is pretty good rating for some of these players, but potentially. 10 seconds.
Very true. Is it like their starting lineup?
Yeah, the starting lineup. 3 seconds.
I'm gonna say the Suns.
Suns incorrect. Suns is not correct. All right, Nick, your chance to steal. Can he get an early 2-point lead on the guy?
That would be devastating.
That would be devastating. 30 seconds starts now.
I see 283s, and I think backcourt.
Really?
And I think softball, Miles doesn't want to see Nick win. Lob it up for Jackson. Let's pick one of his favorite teams, Washington.
Not the Wizards. Not the Wizards. All right, Joey with one final chance to steal.
Ooh, that's a good guess. We were talking about a couple of those loaded backcourts. Is this the Raptors?
It is the Raptors.
Nice,
Nick, I was going right where you were thinking. I'm like, this is a loaded backcourt. I'm like, it's one of those two teams we were talking about.
That's right, the Wizards. So John Wall, Bradley Beal,
Raptors.
I'm thrown off. The Raptors. Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Terrence Ross, Amir Johnson, and Jonas Valanciunas. So after 2, Joey with a point, Nick with a point. Jackson,
let's go.
Not on the board yet, and he's going to have to go last year as Nick will have the first shot here. So let's see what we could give Nick. Coach Cove.
My confidence level is not high.
All right.
Should be through the roof.
All right, this next team, the point guard is a 78, shooting guard is a 73, small forward is an 86, and then the power forward and center are both 77s.
I have no idea who that 86 could be.
I know it.
Oh, Jackson saying he knows it. Will it get to him in time?
No, I actually think I know this one. Guys, this is monumental.
We'll see if it can get to him.
No.
All right, 15 seconds.
I better start thinking.
Yeah, Joey better start thinking.
Is this injured players included or no?
I mean, yeah, this is starting lineup.
I got it.
Orlando. I don't know.
Not the Orlando Magic. So a Joey chance to steal.
Oof.
I'm
thinking.
I get it wrong. I already know, but it's okay.
I probably will too.
You got a solid point guard, solid front court, and then a small forward.
No, I know who this. I think I know who this is.
Oh my goodness. I am blanking.
10
Is
seconds.
it the Bucks?
Yes. Not the Bucks. Jackson.
This is the Paul George-led Indiana Pacers, baby.
It is the Indiana Pacers.
Oh.
Gonna say that, but then why would Miles pick the Pacers when we already said the Pacers?
George Hill, baby.
Yep. So we got George Hill, C.J. Miles, Paul George, David West, and Roy Hibbert. This is just 1 year removed from that team, but Paul George with the snap leg missed most of the season. He might be back to return here soon for a little bit, which would be great if he could come back for a little bit to close out the season. So perfectly enough, after 3, Joey, Nick, and Jackson each with 1.
And
so now we're on to round 2.
Each was the last person.
Yeah, basically. So now we are in round number 2.
No pressure, Joey.
Chill.
No pressure at all. Fine.
We'll start round 2 off here. Point guard is an 83. Small shooting guard is a 79. Small forward is a 79. Power forward is an 83, and the center is an 83.
Okay, this is the dream team.
Dream team with.
This is 92 dream team.
So Joey goes first.
Oh,
Nick was about to guess.
Nick was about to guess.
I was.
Hold your horses there, bucko.
Los Santos.
20 seconds.
Man, I am really trying to think.
It's throwing my mental off, yo. Oh, I know it. I think I got it.
10 seconds.
I think.
Is it? No, it's not the Hawks. Is it the Hawks?
It's the Atlanta Hawks.
It is the Hawks, yeah.
He got it.
No, the 1 seed.
He got it. Isn't that crazy?
I still got it. Relax.
Isn't that crazy? This number 1 seed led by no one higher than an 83 overall. It shows the great team basketball that they've had all season long.
Why is Amari Carroll not a 99?
Yeah,
Power of
T.
friendship.
Corver, Carroll, Millsap, and Horford. So next up is Jackson.
Random team. Here you got the 1 seed.
All right, Jackson.
He's laughing. I already know it's gonna be something crazy.
No. I was thinking back to to the lunch I had today. All right, point guard is an 81. Shooting guard is an 86. Small forward is a 78. Power forward is an 84, and the center is an 81.
84.
This team has some ballers, man. This team has
They got some ballers out here.
They do.
Let's think. Use your brain.
15 seconds.
All right.
10 seconds.
Yo. Shoot.
4, 3, 2.
Is this the Bulls? I don't even know. That's
Not the Bulls. Incorrect. Nick with chance to steal.
I'm a loser. I know who it is.
You know, God, that's not a horrible guess.
I know exactly who it is, though. That sucks.
That's
if it gets
not a bad
back to me and they don't get it, can I please guess for a point? Because I know exactly who it is.
You don't get a point. You don't get 2 guesses.
Yeah, you don't get 2 guesses. 12
I don't
You
seconds.
can
have a
guess
good
it
guess.
if none of us
I know
get it.
exactly who it is.
I don't have a guess.
You don't have a guess? 5 seconds.
No.
Phoenix.
not Phoenix. All right,
This is a
Joey.
layup. This is a layup, Joey. This is a layup.
Is this
No.
Jackson, you might be the most aggravating person.
the Houston Rockets?
Houston Rockets, not the Houston Rockets.
I figured
That's a good
shooting
guess.
guard.
That's
No,
not a bad guess. Bulls isn't bad either. Jackson, do you want it? It's not. You're not going to get a point, but what?
It's Miami.
Yes, it is the Heat.
Oh, that was my. Oh, damn.
It's the Heat. Dragic, Wade, Luol Deng, Chris Bosh, and Hassan Whiteside, who got his wish this season. His 2K rating jumped up a bunch. So shout out to Hassan
That's all
Whiteside.
he wanted.
Yep. So that's the first one that we've not gotten.
By me. I'm embarrassed right now.
Oh, that
You
means
should
I get a
be.
point. That means I get a point.
Everyone gets a point now.
I love doing that. All right. So we're back to Nick, right?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So with this next team, the point guard is a 79, shooting guard is a 78, small forward is an 80, power forward is a 92 overall, and the center is a 76.
Dallas.
Not Dallas. See where you're going. See where you're going with that one though, Joey.
Yo, they got a good player on their team.
20 seconds.
Isn't the
Is that
Spurs?
a 92?
The Spurs?
Yeah.
Not
Do I
the
still have,
Spurs.
do I still have faith in Tim Duncan?
All
Why
right,
do you
Jack,
think that's so quick? Now.
Jackson's got the pressure.
Want to get this
25
moving,
seconds.
man.
Now I got. Oh. No, wait. I'm so glad I didn't say that. I would have looked stupid. I'm so glad I didn't say that because I would have looked
14?
ridiculous. All right, chill.
I got it.
Oh wait, is this? No, wait. Shoot.
7?
Shoot. There's no good power forwards in the league, man.
Oh, there's this guy. 2.
Oh. Is it the Knicks?
Nope, not the New York Knicks.
I thought Carmelo was a power forward.
No, no. Back to back, we don't get. This is the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
With
AD.
Anthony Davis.
Guys, that was a layup. What are you guys doing?
Oh yeah. So this starting line: Drew Holiday, Eric Gordon, Tyreek Evans, Anthony Davis, and Omer Ashik.
Okay.
Omer
that makes
Ashik.
sense.
All right. So now we're back to Nick for round.
No, rather than Joey.
All
Up to
right,
round
Joey.
3.
Right. All right. So right now the score is Joey 2, Nick 1, Jackson 1. So Joey right now with the lead.
Miles, you got 2.
Oh yeah, I got 2. Yeah, I got 2 myself. So, all right. Let's see here. We'll go this team. All right. So for this team, the point guard is a 78. Shooting guard is a 73. Small forward is a 72. Power forward is an 82. Center is an 83.
Okay.
This team has lived by their front court this season, as you can see.
Yeah. Very apparent.
All right, 20 seconds.
I am trying. Is this Charlotte?
Not Charlotte.
Oh.
Not Charlotte. So Jackson, chance to steal. Jackson, you're muted.
I just said, can you stop guessing so quickly? Like,
No.
my brain don't work that fast.
Let's go. Here we go. 10 seconds.
This is clearly the Orlando Magic.
Not the Orlando Magic. Can Joey or Nick steal?
I don't think so.
Wait, let me think about this for a second.
My guess is the Lob City Clippers.
No, not the Clippers. All right, so round 2 was more of a struggle this time. This was the Pistons.
I was about to say.
Oh my gosh, Greg Monroe and Drummond.
That's right, with Reggie Jackson, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and the veteran Caron Butler.
Yeah, I
misspoke.
Should have known that.
All right, so now we're back to Jackson, right?
Mhm.
No,
Thank
great.
you, Jackson here. All right,
Buckle up.
buckle up. We're on a fun ride. Let's see here. All right, we'll go with this team's. All right, point guard is an 84. Shooting guard is an 86. Small forward is a 73. Power forward is an 86, and the center is a 79.
Oh, this is the Bulls.
This is the Bulls.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time that Goglin got a layup and actually made it.
That's
Yeah.
All right, so Jackson has tied the game. Joey with 2 and Nick with 1. Nick a chance to tie it up here.
But you have 3. Don't you have 3?
Oh, I have 3. I mean, that does. I'm not playing. It's for you guys to try and win.
If you stump all 3 of us,
I guess so.
Just give Nick his team.
I'm trying to find. All right, we got one. All right, point guard is an 85. Point guard is an 85. Shooting guard is a 75. Small forward is a 77. Power forward is an 84, and the center is an 87.
are you trying to Lob City
what?
Clippers?
Nope. He
Bro.
thought.
He thought.
Joey chance to steal.
Oof.
Oh, I know it. Oh my gosh, I know it. Wait, I think
I might not know this.
No. Wait.
Oh, Memphis.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, no, I did know this.
Memphis Grizzlies for Joey takes the big 3-1-2 lead.
Let's go.
As we get back to him for round 4. This is the final round, right? Or is this? Yeah, this is the final round.
Joey missed this one, so I can steal it.
Final round. Yeah, so if Joey gets this one, he clinches the victory. We'll see what team we can cook up for
Clinches
Joey.
the top at least. Goglin could tie it.
That is true. All right. So for Joey, this is for the dagger. Point guard is an 86. Shooting guard is an 81. Small forward is a 77. Power forward is an 88. Center is a 75.
Is this the Oklahoma City Thunder?
No, it is not.
Oh.
No, not the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jackson is still alive.
Wait. This is the Blazers.
The Portland Trailblazers is correct.
Oh.
Joey. Hey guys. Oh, does Jackson miss layups all the time? No, Joey does.
Wow, Jackson ties it up and a chance to take the lead here. Take the lead here. Wow.
Now I'm scared. Now there's pressure on me, man.
I was about to say, let's see if you can withstand the pressure.
If he can
Can
get
we add,
winning.
we had like 3 seconds to the timer.
No.
Add 3 seconds to the timer. All right. Point guard is a 77. Shooting guard is an 81. Small forward is a 79. The power forward is an 84. And the center is a 79.
Bro.
This one is for the win the lead for Jackson.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm gonna get this. I'm just keeping it real.
There's no good power forwards.
That's what I'm saying. They don't exist.
15 seconds.
All right.
7 seconds.
Okay. This is so much pressure. Give me the Phoenix Suns.
Not the Suns. Not the Suns. Not the Suns.
Dude, this is so what is this team?
All right, Nick, a chance to steal and get a point. I mean, he's still alive here. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these teams. Oh.
Nick's going to get the next 2 in a row.
Dallas
Mavericks.
knew it.
I told you. I told you.
Wow,
The
this
second
is
I looked at
unbelievable.
them, I
Nick
was
gets
like,
it, and now he has a chance to get the 4-way tie at 3 apiece.
Nick, you better get this.
Can we make it like a decent tough one? Like, let's not give him no layups or anything.
I'll try to get a good one.
Miles.
Oh yeah, that is the layup right there.
They have the
If
highest.
it's not the
overall.
Clippers, I quit the podcast.
That's the only guess you're going with.
That's the only guess he's going with. Man, I'm
He
trying.
gives you like the Knicks lineup. Clippers.
Shout out to Lou Amundsen, baby. All right. All right, this is for the tie. All right. Point guard is an 87. Shooting guard is an 80. Small forward is a 78. Power forward is a 76. And the center is a 78.
Dang.
I don't know.
I think I know that.
No, you gotta get you got time.
Nick,
You got
please.
time.
Nick, please.
Gotta get
Oh
it
my-
through. You gotta get it through. Because it looks like Joey may
I'm
have
gonna
it here.
freak out, Nick. I'm gonna freak out.
17 seconds.
Nick, you're gonna see everything behind me broken.
Dude, I have no idea who's a good point guard like that.
Nick,
7.
just give it to Joey.
Five.
Just give it-
Wizards.
Washington Wizards. He's tied it up.
Thank you. Can we have a
Thank you, Nick.
All right.
How does he do it?
Nick, that was a layup.
All
Can we
right,
just
we have
end
a
on that?
4-way tie at 3 apiece, which means we
Yeah,
have to go to overtime.
Oh.
We have to go to overtime so we can actually determine the winner. So what I'm thinking for this
First to
is
go up by 1 or 2. First to go up by 2.
first. Are we doing first to go up by 2? Do we want to do that?
1 by 2, man.
No.
That might take a long time because no one is
That was
really.
me. I'm winning
I'm
the next
thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to type out the ratings. I'm going to put them on the screen.
Okay.
And whoever has it first can
Might
guess.
win.
And if they don't get it right, then they're steals. There's still time to get it.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, so it's Joey's turn?
No, this is a free for all. This is a free. I'm typing out the numbers. I'll count down when I'm about to put it on the screen, and then whoever gets it or wants to guess first,
Shout
we'll
it
have
out.
This
Yep.
is raps. This is raps for me. My brain doesn't work that fast.
Your brain doesn't work that
It just
fast.
doesn't. It takes at least 74 seconds to register anything.
And if we all guess and we don't get it, then Miles wins.
Sure, we'll go with that.
That works for me.
All righty. Are you guys ready?
Although you guys should let me win this because I can't win the
stop.
next one.
Hey, stop whining. Let's go.
You're fine.
Mr. I'm the best at every trivia contest. Let's go.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
I'm going to put it on the screen in 3, 2, 1.
Rockets.
Houston Rockets. Jackson gets the win.
Boom. Boom.
The favoritism is insane.
Favorite.
This is as rigged as it can be.
I don't even
As
like the
rigged as it
Rockets.
gets, folks. You saw it here first.
I
Oh
don't like the
my
Rockets.
goodness.
I don't like the Rockets. I don't like the Rockets.
I can't believe it.
You know what the team should have been? The Clippers.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Guys,
The
I don't like the
Spurs.
Rockets. I don't know.
No.
What,
So this is the thing. I left out all the teams that were, we already went through a bunch of the other teams here. But that was
I know.
that was a free,
fun.
that was a legit free for all. I had to give the layup.
That was a lot of fun.
Someone had to get it. Yes, sir, man. Let us know how you guys did on the 2K rating game. Jackson finally gets a win. So shout out to Jackson here.
Good job, Jackson.
Ooh.
Congratulations to Jackson. That was fun.
Congratulations being handed a victory.
you know what, Nick? I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna win yours now. And
All
let's do it.
right, here we go. Let's hear it.
We're gonna go through it quick. All right. I know I kind of alluded to this earlier. This one's not gonna count. Who's the top ranked high school recruit right now?
2015.
Julia Okafor.
Oh, okay. Wait, you guys don't know it. All right, we'll start with Joey.
Oh, Ben Simmons.
Okay, yeah, that one doesn't count because I already said it.
I'm like, wait,
that's
what is
what
going
you're
on?
That's what you're talking about. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is all trivia from the high school class of 2015 ESPN Hot 100. All right. I'm going to give you two players. You tell me which one was ranked higher coming out of high school.
All right.
Let's start with Jalen Brunson or Donovan Mitchell.
Who goes first?
We'll go to Joey. We'll go to Joey, and then we'll go to Miles, and then we'll go to Jackson.
All right.
All right.
And if you get it wrong, then I'll just move on. How about that?
Yep.
All right, but I'm gonna say Donovan Mitchell was ranked higher.
That is incorrect. Donovan Mitchell was ranked 43rd in the class of 2015.
Do you know how cold Jalen Brunson is?
What was Brunson?
16.
Yeah.
JB Cole, man. I'm
All
excited
right.
to see him in the league.
Interesting.
Miles, we're going to you.
All right.
And we're going to stay with Donovan Mitchell. I know I just told you his ranking, but it doesn't really matter. Donovan Mitchell or DeJounte Murray ranked higher coming out of high school?
Ooh. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Let's see. This one, I'll go Donovan Mitchell again.
That's correct.
Yes, there we go.
Donovan was 43rd. DeJounte Murray was 49th.
There's definitely a possibility that he could end up at Louisville with Rick Pitino, and that's a very high praise. That's a high, high school career there if you're able to go there.
High school.
I don't know why. Okay.
You got this, champ.
All right. Next is Jackson. We have Aaron Holiday and Terrence Mann.
Okay, so three guys I haven't really heard of that much. I'd have to go Aaron Holiday though. I've seen at least a little bit.
That's incorrect.
Wow. That's actually kind of surprising.
Terrence Mann is currently ranked 86th, and Aaron Holiday is ranked 88th. Okay, moving on. Joey.
Wait, question. How many rounds are we doing of this?
There's only 3 more.
So
Okay,
we get top 40 recruits, and I get the.
All right, Joey. The next 2 players are Derek Jones Jr. and Malik Beasley.
Oh, Malik Beasley is a higher recruit.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
both
you.
are crazy athletes.
He's number 28, and Derek Jones is number 30.
Oh, right. Yeah, right there. Right there.
Let's go.
Miles, your 2 players are Thomas Bryant and Luke Kennard.
Oh, I'm Luke Kennard.
No.
Really interesting.
Luke Kennard is 24th in his class. Thomas Bryant is top 20. He's number 20.
How about
Everyone
that?
knows Thomas Bryant's that dude.
Mr. Ohio, I thought he was gonna have it down.
Yeah.
All right, so after 5, Miles has 1 and Joey has 1. Jackson, you're looking to tie here on the last
Give
question.
me like the 100th and 99th ring.
I do have I have 3 more multiple choice questions that I'll just run through after this.
Okay.
Jackson, your final 2 players are Jaylen Brown and Brandon Ingram.
Ingram.
Correct.
He ties it up, folks. He ties it up.
We are all tied again.
They are 3 and 4, respectively.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
I'm actually wait. I don't know if those are if these involve or relate to your questions. Don't answer. But are the top 2 Simmons and D'Angelo Russell, or not?
No, it was
or not D'Angelo
Simmons.
Russell. Gosh, who would have?
Skal Labissiere.
Skal Labissiere was number 2. That's insane, dude.
Don't say
He's number 2.
Shout out
He's
to
number
Skal
2.
for shout out to
Skal
Skal.
is number 2. He is number 2.
Okay, so, Joey, this first question is for you. Out of the 100 players in the class 2015 Hot 100 ESPN rankings, how many actually made their NBA debut? Was it 32, 40, 53, or 60?
Well, technically it's 0 right now. So we're looking ahead to the future a little bit. But this is great though. One day we'll come back here and we're gonna be like geniuses for getting this one right.
Facts.
All right, Joey.
I'm gonna say it was the one that was around like 40 something.
Yeah, 40.
He said around 40 something.
Around 40 something.
That
40.
could be early
40.
50s, 30s.
Jax or Miles, next question's for you.
All right.
How many played more than 3 seasons? Is it 19, 24, 31, or 39?
Ooh. So Joey's
I get a
so 40 made the NBA. So it's definitely not 39.
Do I get a steal?
I'll go with 24.
That is also correct.
Yes.
So maybe
All right.
A chance to tie again.
it's not going to happen.
How many players are still playing, Jackson? 9, 12, 15, or 19?
I'm going to say a solid 12. Just say it.
Oh,
That's not correct.
No.
how many? 15.
15.
Ah!
Do you want to hear their names?
No, I don't.
Wait,
care.
15? Can we get all the
Yeah,
names?
do you want to try and name them?
Let's
Yes.
try real quick before we get out of here.
I would love to. Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram. You got who was
Donnie
the
Mitchell,
Yep.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell,
Porter,
Jalen
nope.
Brunson,
Aaron Holiday,
Thomas
Eric
Bryant.
Jones Jr.,
Terrence Mann.
Terrence Mann.
How many is that? Are we even? Did anyone keep
I don't
track?
know.
There's 1, 2, 3 I haven't heard at least.
2015 class. Oh, you said? Oh, did we say? Or still in the NBA.
Yep.
Did we say Brunson already?
Yeah.
Yep. There's 3 that I don't think I've heard.
DiVincenzo, Mikal Bridges.
No. Sixers, Pistons. I don't even know who this is. Heat, maybe?
Malik Beasley,
Beasley.
Kelly Oubre.
No.
Or not Kelly Oubre.
Gershon,
he might be on the Nets.
Gershon.
now, actually.
Gershon.
No, maybe he's on the Nets.
Cam Thomas.
Shake Milton.
Yes.
Yeah, Shake Milton.
And then this last guy, I don't even know who he plays for. It's PJ
Wait.
Dozier.
Oh, PJ Dozier.
Hornets.
Oh, I don't know
Hornets.
if he may be out of the league now, but
Hornets.
he definitely played for a little bit. Is he on a team right now?
I think it's Hornets.
I was on Basketball Reference this morning.
Guys, he's in high school, yo.
That is true. Well, look, we have come to the end of the video. Look, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this special episode. This was a lot of fun to do for April Fools. Come back to the 2014-15 season. Hope you guys enjoyed and had as much fun listening as we had playing along in this one. Guys, this was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
I had to start the episode like my 14-year-old, 15-year-old self would have with a big woo. It's almost playoff time, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
That's exactly what I would have done.
Oh. Where was I on that? Well, I'm surprised I
10
wasn't on
years
that
old,
top
guys.
100
I was 10 years old.
2015 class.
Jeez,
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, it really is crazy when you think about how much has changed over the last 10 years and that the few constants, or maybe the only constant, is that the Golden State Warriors are still relevant with Steph Curry. Because this is the first season with Steph and Draymond and Steve Kerr and
LeBron!
LeBron still.
True.
Yeah, that's right. As Jackson is so mad with LeBron, he just left us entirely. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this special episode. We did go ahead and cover some of the key news from the weekend, like the Taylor Jenkins firing and the brawl or whatever that happened between the Pistons and the Wolves. That'll be out later today, so make sure you check that one out. But if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more NBA content. You guys got anything else before we get out of here?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
All right. well, thank you guys.
Jump back out of the time machine. Sorry.
Yeah, we had to jump back out of the time machine. We'll be back on Friday for a full regular episode of the Runnin The Paint podcast. Coming down to the end of the regular season, I mean, now in 2025 as well, just 2 weeks left here to go, man, and definitely still a lot to cover here. Actually, our Friday episode, we're going to be covering our favorite moments from this regular season. So make sure you tune in to that one because this has certainly been a fun year, just like it was 10 years ago back in 2015. So thank you guys again for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.